you know. Most retirees think that reaching $1 million at 65 guarantees financial security. You might even be one of them believing that simply having a certain net worth means you're safe. But here's the hard truth. Having money doesn't mean your retirement is secure. Spending habits are silently eating away at your wealth, and if you're not careful, you could watch your nest egg shrink year by year without even realizing it. By the time you hit 78, that $1 million could be gone just like that. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 biggest spending traps that destroy retiree wealth and how you can avoid them to truly enjoy your life after 60. So, let's start with one of the biggest hidden killers, new cars. Many retirees fall into the trap of thinking they deserve a brand new car after years of hard work. You walk into a dealership, smell that new car aroma, and think, I've earned this. But the moment you drive off the lot, your new car loses 10-20% of its value immediately. That's thousands of dollars vanishing before you even park it in your driveway. Over 5 years, that same car can lose over 60% of its original value. If you financed it, you're also paying interest, meaning your total cost skyrockets while the car continues to depreciate. Here's the real kicker. If you had taken the money spent on that car and invested it instead, even at a modest 10% annual return, you could turn that one car purchase into hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. This isn't theory, it's math that retirees ignore at their peril. Driving new cars doesn't make your life better, but it does make your future less secure. The solution is simple. Buy a reliable used car, pay cash if you can, and drive it for 10 years or more. Every dollar saved compounds into more security, more freedom, and less stress for your retirement. Now, let's talk about another major trap. Buying a house that's too expensive for your income. Many retirees think they should upgrade to the biggest house they can afford. Banks are happy to lend it to you. They make money from your mortgage. But just because a bank approves you doesn't mean it's wise. A $400,000 house might sound reasonable if your income is $100,000, but when you factor in taxes, insurance, maintenance, and interest, you could easily be spending $30,000 a year or more on housing. That's almost a third of your income, leaving very little for investing, travel, or unexpected expenses. The smart approach is to buy less house than you can afford, ideally no more than 2.5 to 3 times your annual income. Keep housing costs low, pay down your mortgage quickly, and redirect the money you save toward investments that grow your wealth instead of shrinking it. It's a mindset shift. Your house should support your retirement, not drown you in payments. Another silent wealth destroyer is brand new furniture and home decor. When people furnish their homes after retirement, they often overspend to make everything perfect. A new couch, dining room set, bedroom furniture, lamps, rugs, it all adds up. You could easily spend $20,000, $30,000 in one shopping trip. But furniture doesn't make you richer, it only depreciates over time. The smarter strategy? Buy quality used furniture at estate sales, thrift shops, or online marketplaces. Not only do you save tens of thousands, but the money you don't spend can be invested and compounded over decades, turning a $20,000 saving into hundreds of thousands. Every piece of furniture you buy used is like planting a small seed for your financial freedom. And here's something most retirees don't realize. Technology and gadgets can silently drain your wealth too. The newest smartphone, tablet, smart home devices, or laptop might seem harmless, but upgrading every year adds up. A $1,000 phone every 2 years might not seem like much, but over a 40-year span, it can total tens of thousands of dollars. If that money had been invested, it could easily grow into 6 figures. Technology is supposed to make life easier, but constantly chasing the latest version only serves the company selling it, not your retirement account. Instead, use what you have until it truly needs replacing. Buy refurbished or previous generation devices and invest the difference. Before we move on to the next spending traps, let me remind you, discipline now creates freedom later. Every dollar you don't waste on new cars, oversized homes, overpriced furniture, or unnecessary gadgets can be invested to secure your retirement. And if you're over 60, these decisions are more important than ever. Your time to rebuild lost wealth is limited, but your ability to avoid future mistakes is powerful. So here's your first action step. Take a close look at your spending. Identify the areas where you've been silently losing money and commit to changing just one of them today. If you do that consistently, your money will start working for you instead of disappearing into thin air. And before we go further, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel now. I post videos every week with tips and strategies to help you live financially free, stress-free, and secure after 60. Don't miss out on advice that could save you hundreds of thousands over your lifetime. Now that you understand how cars, housing, furniture, and gadgets can quietly destroy your retirement, we'll move on to luxury experiences and lifestyle traps in the next part. This is where most retirees really start spending money they don't even realize they're throwing away, and it's often disguised as making memories or enjoying life. When you see the numbers, you'll understand why skipping these traps is more important than you think. We uncovered the silent killers of your retirement wealth: new cars, oversized homes, brand new furniture, and gadgets. Now, let's dive into another trap that catches retirees every day: luxury experiences and lifestyle inflation. Many retirees think that once they reach 60, it's time to treat themselves with expensive vacations, fancy cruises, first-class flights, or five-star hotels. At first glance, it feels harmless. It's just a week of luxury, right? But here's the reality. These seemingly small indulgences add up, silently eroding your nest egg. Imagine spending $10,000 on a luxury vacation twice a year. That's $20,000 a year. Over 30 years, that's $600,000. But it's not just the $600,000, it's also what that money could have become if invested. A modest 10% annual return over those 30 years could turn that $600,000 into more than $2 million. Think about it. A simple choice between an affordable vacation and a luxury trip could determine whether your retirement is secure or stressful. Here's the key. Experiences don't have to be expensive to be memorable. Some of the most powerful, cherished memories come from simple, low-cost experiences. A road trip with your spouse, a camping weekend with grandchildren, or even a quiet getaway in a nearby town. Life after 60 is about comfort, freedom, and peace of mind, not impressing others or keeping up with social media. Every time you choose affordability over extravagance, you protect your retirement, your investments, and your future freedom. But it's not just vacations. Many retirees fall into what I call the social spending trap. You might feel pressure from friends, family, or neighbors to live a lifestyle that isn't aligned with your financial reality. Maybe your friends just booked a $15,000 cruise and suddenly you feel like you're missing out. Maybe everyone around you is buying the latest gadgets or redecorating their homes and you feel behind. Here's the truth. Most people aren't wealthy. They're just borrowing or spending beyond their means. Comparing yourself to them can silently destroy your financial independence. This is where mindset becomes critical. Real wealth is not measured by what you own or what trips you take. It's measured by how much freedom you have. Freedom to choose, freedom to say no, and freedom to live comfortably without worrying about money. When you start thinking like a wealthy retiree, every decision becomes about maximizing long-term security rather than temporary satisfaction. It's about asking, will this purchase help me sleep better at night 10 years from now, or will it make me stress about money? Now, let's talk about healthcare spending, which many retirees overlook. Life after 60 comes with medical costs, and these costs can sneak up if you're not careful. High-cost lifestyle choices like luxury vacations or premium services might push your spending higher, impacting your ability to cover healthcare without dipping into your principal. By prioritizing essential expenses, investing wisely, and avoiding lifestyle inflation, you ensure you can afford rising healthcare costs without stress. It's one of the biggest factors that determines whether you retire comfortably or worry every month about bills. Another hidden pitfall is overspending on status items. This includes expensive watches, jewelry, designer clothing, or collectibles. Many retirees fall into the trap of buying these to signal success or reward themselves after years of work. The problem? These items usually depreciate, rarely generate income, and often cost far more than you realize when you include maintenance, insurance, or interest if financed. Imagine spending $20,000 on luxury items this year over 10 years. That's $200,000. If that money were invested at a modest return, it could easily grow into $500,000 or more, providing real security instead of temporary satisfaction. Now, here's an eye-opener. Small, repeated habits matter more than big one-time purchases. Morning coffee runs, expensive dining out, unnecessary subscriptions, or frequent gadget upgrades may seem minor individually, but combined over years, they silently drain your retirement funds. For example, spending $10 daily on small luxuries may seem harmless, but over 30 years with compounding, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars lost. These habits are like termites slowly eating away at the foundation of your retirement house. The key takeaway is this: financial discipline after 60 is the ultimate freedom. Every dollar you don't waste on non-essential purchases is a dollar that can grow for your future. Every time you choose investments over impulsive spending, you increase your options, reduce stress, and protect your lifestyle. Life after 60 is about maximizing the value of every decision you make because there's less time to recover from mistakes. And here's your second action step. Take inventory of your lifestyle spending. Look at vacations, subscriptions, luxury items, dining habits, and gadgets. Identify one area where you can cut back immediately. Even small changes can compound into enormous wealth over time. Before we move to the next part, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. If you're serious about protecting your retirement and building financial freedom after 60, I release actionable strategies every week that help retirees take control of their wealth, cut out the traps, and enjoy a secure, stress-free life. Now that we've covered lifestyle traps and spending pitfalls, it's time to talk about the silent killers of your retirement nest egg: investment mistakes, tax inefficiencies, and withdrawal missteps. These are the areas where retirees with solid wealth, sometimes even over $1 million, can see their savings shrink unexpectedly, leaving them stressed and scrambling for cash. First, let's address sequence of withdrawals, one of the most misunderstood aspects of retirement planning. Most retirees think, I'll just take money from my 401k or IRA when I need it, or follow the standard advice: taxable accounts first, pre-tax accounts second, and Roth accounts last. Sounds simple, right? But without strategy, this approach can create massive tax inefficiencies, especially before Medicare eligibility. For example, imagine a retiree, let's call him Robert, age 62, with $1.2 million in his 401k and $200,000 in a taxable account. Following conventional advice, he spends the taxable account first. For the first few years, this seems fine, but then his 401k grows unchecked. By the time he hits 75, required minimum distributions, RMDs, kick in, forcing him to withdraw large sums and pushing him into much higher tax brackets. Suddenly, a retirement that felt secure becomes a tax nightmare, with a portion of his hard-earned wealth going straight to Uncle Sam instead of supporting his lifestyle or leaving a legacy. The solution? Strategic pre-tax withdrawals. By carefully pulling money from your 401k or IRA while staying in lower tax brackets, you not only fund your lifestyle, but also reduce future RMD pressure. This keeps more money invested and growing while minimizing the total taxes paid over your retirement years. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Small adjustments early in retirement can save hundreds of thousands or even millions over a lifetime. Next, let's talk about investment mistakes after 60. Many retirees make the classic error of chasing yield or trying to time the market. They see a hot stock tip, or they're convinced that high return alternatives will make up for years of savings mistakes. The result? Portfolio volatility that eats into their psychological comfort. In retirement, sleep at night, investments matter more than chasing high returns. A secure, well-diversified portfolio aligned with your risk tolerance and time horizon prevents panic selling during market dips, protecting both your wealth and your peace of mind. Another hidden trap is liquidity risk. Having millions on paper can feel reassuring, but if your money is tied up in illiquid investments like private equity, long-term real estate, or annuities with surrender penalties, you might struggle to cover unexpected costs like medical bills or home repairs. Life after 60 can throw curveballs. By maintaining a liquidity buffer, even a modest one, you ensure that emergencies don't force you to sell investments at the worst possible time, preserving both wealth and freedom. Taxes also play a critical role in long-term retirement security. Many retirees underestimate the impact of Social Security taxation, IRMA surcharges, and capital gains timing. A small misstep like exceeding the income threshold by a few $1,000s can trigger higher Medicare premiums or unnecessary taxes. This is why understanding modified adjusted gross income, MAGI, and strategically managing withdrawals, Roth conversions, and investment gains is essential. Proper planning can make the difference between a retirement that feels abundant and one that feels like a constant scramble. Behavioral pitfalls are just as important. Even the most disciplined savers can fall victim to lifestyle creep or the just this once mentality. Perhaps it's an expensive family event, a new car after retirement, or frequent dining out. Each of these choices, repeated over years, compounds and can quietly erode your financial security. That's why retirement discipline, a mindset of intentional spending, conscious investment decisions, and consistent review is more powerful than chasing an arbitrary net worth number. Here's the secret many retirees don't know. Financial freedom isn't about how much you have, it's about how secure your plan is under any circumstance. You want your money to survive market volatility, tax changes, inflation, healthcare surprises, and unexpected life events. That's the true measure of wealth. After 60, not luxury cars, flashy vacations, or high-end furniture. Real freedom is having choices every day for the rest of your life. Now, let's bring it all together. Combine disciplined spending, strategic withdrawals, tax-aware planning, and investments aligned with your risk tolerance. Avoid lifestyle inflation, maintain liquidity, and protect your income streams. When you do this consistently, your retirement isn't just safe, it's stress-free, flexible, and full of possibilities. You can travel affordably, enjoy life's pleasures, and never worry about running out of money. That's the kind of life after 60 that millions dream of, but few achieve. And before we wrap up, here's one last tip. Review your retirement plan annually. Life changes, health, markets, family needs, and taxes all shift over time. By revisiting your strategy each year, you ensure your plan remains resilient, your withdrawals optimized, and your freedom protected. This is how you retire with confidence, no matter what happens. Finally, if you found this video valuable, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We share proven strategies for retirees and those approaching life after 60 to protect their wealth, maximize financial freedom, and enjoy a truly stress-free retirement. Join our community, take control of your retirement, and start making your money work for you instead of the other way around. Remember, wealth after 60 isn't about what you spend, it's about what you save, invest, and protect. Make intentional choices, avoid the traps we discussed, and secure a retirement that gives you freedom, peace of mind, and lasting financial security. You've worked hard for your money, now it's time to make it work for you.